Nearly 14 years ago, in 2011, a strange SpongeBob movie began popping up online. A live-action mockumentary called A Day with SpongeBob SquarePants. The film was planned to be distributed by Regal Films. Retailers listed it, and a public library cataloged it. Some even claimed it was ready to release, and yet, nobody has ever seen a copy. Nickelodeon denied that it exists, and it wasn't until 5 years later that the truth would finally come out. Around 3 years after the film began popping up online in 2014, the title started gaining traction across forums like 4chan and Reddit, mostly because of one strange detail, that no one can actually prove the movie existed. But it was briefly listed on Amazon on November 22, 2011, the supposed release date even going out of stock after just a single day. The movie even had around 25 reviews. These reviews stretched for years, with one review reading, "I could tell pretty quick into the movie that this was basically one of those Asylum knockoff films made just to trick people into buying them. I doubt they even got the rights from Nick to make this. I was guessing this came out around the time the first SpongeBob movie did. Shocked to look it up on here and see it's from 2011. People who were at the time searching for the DVD requested for the reviewer to upload it, with a comment reading, "If you really do have a copy of the film, please don't hesitate to upload it. This is a piece of lost media that many people would like to actually see. If you can't find it, please extract the video from the disc and upload it to YouTube or something, or email me. I am posting this on all of the reviews that claim to have had this film, but please, if you have time, share this with the rest of the world." Whenever people asked for proof of actually owning or watching the film, no evidence was ever shown. And it wasn't just Amazon. As far back as 2012, people on social media were already talking about the film as if they had seen it. Here's an example from Twitter. Just like the Amazon reviews though, none of these posts ever came with any real proof. Despite all the talk, no one can track down a single copy. What was real, however, were the scraps of evidence left behind. The official cover art, which is the only image truly connected to the movie, and a product description. The cover art, as you can see, shows a very colorful view of SpongeBob's house, with an odd shape and a kid who appears to be jumping in the air. At the time, people thought finding the boy's identity would help with learning more info on the house. But this picture is actually just a stock photo, and the reviews and publications are simply non-existent. The description for the movie, however, reads, "In this mockumentary, SpongeBob lives above ground like all Hollywood superstars. Afraid that SpongeBob is becoming old news, his boss runs a contest called Spend a Day with SpongeBob. The contest makes SpongeBob the talk of the town, as thousands of kids enter to win. The lucky winner is Seth, and he is ecstatic about his day with SpongeBob. However, the day becomes a roller coaster as things don't go quite the way they planned. So while a little unusual for a SpongeBob movie, on the surface it all looked ordinary enough. Not only were these details the biggest glimpses we got of the movie, but apparently the theme that was going to be tied with the movie is also on YouTube. Take a listen. For a while, that was the extent of the mystery. But in 2014, things started to change. A user named LarryInc64 created a page for the film on the Lost Media Wiki. At first, it barely made a ripple. But then on July 1st of 2015, YouTuber Blame on Jorge released a video titled Top 20 Lost Kid Films. The SpongeBob movie was mentioned in that video, and that moment gave the mystery its real first exposure. From there, curiosity snowballed. More and more creators made videos dedicated to unraveling the mystery behind this so-called lost SpongeBob film, only fueling its reputation and drawing more people into the search. Eventually, the growing interest surrounding the lost media led to someone reaching out directly to the owner of Regal Films, the company that had supposedly planned to distribute the movie, as mentioned earlier. In May of 2016, Lost Media Wiki user William Glover managed to contact Regal Films owner Lorenzo Holly via phone. During the call, Glover asked if it was possible to purchase a copy of the film, and Holly responded that they no longer had any copies available. However, he mentioned that they were open to the idea of creating a better version of the movie, which could potentially be funded through crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter. These phone calls ultimately led to the answer that the internet had been waiting for. On August 3rd, 2016, YouTuber Bedhead Barney released a video titled "The End of a Day with SpongeBob SquarePants, the Animation Warehouse featured Seepster." In it, he shared that he had spoken with the director of the movie, referred to as Mr. Orange. He went by that name to protect his identity. Barney detailed his conversations with both Mr. Orange and Lorenzo Holly. From these discussions, it became clear that Regal Films had only been the distributor and not the producer. The film itself was never completed due to budget limitations and other reasons. The Amazon listing had been merely created just to gauge public interest, not to actually sell the movie. And any eBay listings, reviews, or anyone trying to sell the movie was either a scam or one of the many people trying to fuel the entire hoax. That same day, the YouTube channel Ongoing Mysteries released a video titled "A Day with SpongeBob SquarePants: The End, 1 year anniversary plus 5 pages of script plus audio log." This video shared phone recordings with Mr. Orange and Holly, along with the first 5 pages of script and audio recordings of those pages, providing the only remaining glimpses of what the film might have been. By August 8th, 2016, around 5 years after the supposed movie was first mentioned on the internet, the Lost Media Wiki officially declared the search for the movie over. In the end, A Day with SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie, turned out to be more of a myth than reality. What began as a mysterious Amazon listing sparked years of speculations, theories, and countless internet hunts. While the film itself was never completed, its legacy lives on as one of the most famous examples of lost media culture. What makes it stand out isn't the movie that it never existed, but the community of curious fans who turn the mystery into something bigger, proving that sometimes the search itself is the real story.